It's time now for the Callaway Cavaliers Coaches Corner on WELR, Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now live to Johnny's New York Style Pizza in LaGrange to give you the inside scoop on Callaway Cavaliers football.
And welcome to the Key of LaGrange Coaches Corner. This is the Callaway Cavaliers edition. I'm Shea Spencer, joined this evening by Callaway tight ends coach Jason Boatman. Coach Pete Wiggins is unable to join us, so Coach Boatman, thanks for joining us this evening.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And the one thing that Coach Wiggins wanted me to mention at the very beginning is that Randy Strickland provided the pregame meal for our football players last week prior to the Jordan game. This is his 10th year providing the pregame meal for the team, and Randy's the owner of Rogers Barbecue in Hogansville, so we just wanted to provide a thank you to him, and also if you're in the neighborhood of Rogers Barbecue, swing by and get some of that good barbecue. Well, Coach, last week we played Jordan Thursday night. It was rainy, it was cold, it was nasty, but in the end we got the victory.
Hey, it was a good night, but it was wet, it was cold, windy. But a credit to our fans, man, they came out and they supported us. It was fun once you get into it. The players enjoyed it just because you're having success, obviously. But once you get out there and you get going, it wasn't quite as bad. And second half, it kind of tailed off. But yeah, it was just one of those nights, and it was good that we got to kind of experience something like that and get that under our belt.
Yeah, absolutely. We are appreciative of all the fans that came out, and you're talking about this is the final regular season game we finished this season.
Correct.
8-2. What kind of effect does obviously this is the end of the season and maybe not the type of game you want to end with, but what kind of effect can a game like this have moving forward into the playoffs?
Well, you just get momentum. We got a lot of players got time and valuable experience. We tell our players each week, just get better every week. You want to build on each week, and I believe our guys did that. They came in last week with a great attitude. We had a great week of practice, and so just being able to execute, whatever plays we're running, whatever scheme us as coaches come up with, they executed that, and it's just a matter of doing your job and doing what you're asked to do. And this week they did a wonderful job from preparation to performing on the field.
Yeah, and you mentioned the second half. One thing I wanted to mention, because it was a bit of an oddity, is that we got to get some looks at some other guys playing and maybe experiment for the sake of experimenting. Sure. And the big one is to me was Keandre Jones, right?
Yeah, KJ. He actually got the first score of the game.
Yeah,
and which that was neat. These guys work so hard, and it goes all the way back to January till now. And just for him to have that opportunity, he's a 4-year starter to do that for him. And probably one of the coolest parts was how the team reacted, like that was on the field. That was just how they embraced him. And then being at Keyshawn Cameron also got a touchdown the same way, and Tyreek Andrews being able to come in there and block for him. It was just an awesome moment for the team, and those seniors, they ate it up. They loved it.
Yeah, and you mentioned seniors, and obviously this is the last regular season game, so this was our senior night, and I can't go through and list them all. I know I would leave somebody out, but this is senior night, so this is a big day for them.
It was. We had the cool part was, you get guys like Hy Douglas got a sack in the second half, and Lamarcio Brooks had a huge reception. And you just have those guys contributing, and we got the ball to Trey Dukes got the ball on a sweep, and the crowd went crazy. And Travis Music getting in the game and getting the carry. It was just the way the whole team reacted to him. It was awesome. Just the excitement on the sideline, and the crowd got the loudest when Dukes and Music got the ball. It was really cool.
Yeah, and sometimes we forget because we get so caught up in the game, and this is obviously a very passionate game, and you love what you do and the kids love what they do, but this is high school football, so for a lot of these guys, this is the last time they're going to play football,
right?
And
exactly.
It's and I think to step back and take a moment and realize, okay, this is going to be it for a lot of these guys, and they've enjoyed playing football for a really long time.
Absolutely, and they just put in, and again, I said it before, but you look back and 4 years goes by, but you see these guys so much in the off season. They put in so much work, and that's something that's going to last and stay with them forever. And that moment they had the other night, knowing that was their senior night, I mean, that's just awesome. It's going to be awesome memories for them for a lifetime.
Absolutely. Well, we'll take a quick break, and we'll get back more into the game, and also looking forward to the playoffs here with Coach Jason Bateman here on the Callaway edition of Eagle Sports.
It is sell down time at Nissan of LaGrange. Richard Cates here, General Manager with Nissan of LaGrange, and it is time to start moving out all of our 2018 inventory to make room for the 2019s. That means the best savings of the year are taking place right now. Have you been hesitant to look because you're waiting for the perfect time? Well, now is your chance. You can visit Nissan of LaGrange on the Parkway or check us out where we are always open at nissanoflagrange.com. Visit soon to receive great pricing and the great experience our customers have come to expect. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see taillights? Or your dog's tail wagging when you first brought him home? Do you see 4 tires? Or 2 tired kids in the back seat after their first day of school? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
Callaway now. Big boy formation again.
Yeah, once again, a beast formation, as we like to call it. Keandre is playing the quarterback. Number 58, Keandre Jones, the senior offensive and defensive lineman. He gets the snap in the backfield at about the 10-yard line. He's running for the end zone, runs over a man into the end zone. Touchdown, Callaway. Yeah. The big man gets in the end zone for a touchdown.
And, as you heard it, that is Keandre Jones, our one of our offensive linemen, getting the ball, as we described earlier, getting into the end zone in his final senior day game, under center for once. That's a lot of fun. And I can personally speak from experience being a teacher the last 2 years. I've had Keandre both the last 2 years. He's an excellent kid, and he's definitely a special individual. Well, Coach, we have a little bit of a dilemma of sorts looking forward to to the playoffs. We've got an event happening this Friday. Why don't you walk us through and tell us kind of what's going on?
Right, there's a couple different scenarios that could put us in a couple different places. It really just depends on the Bremen Heard County game Friday. It kind of determines where we're gonna be the first round. I mean, we could be on the road, we could be at home. It all kind of depends on how that game goes. So we're just kind of playing the wait and see game right now.
So there is still the chance that we would be playing. There
is a chance, yes. Yeah. But it could go either way.
And for that to happen, we need Bremen to beat Heard, right?
The tiebreaker's kind of is complicated. They try to explain it. It comes down.
We can't control anything.
Right. But there is a way where we could get a home game, and if another team wins, I don't want to misspeak, but I just know there is a chance we could be on the road the first round as well.
And we've played both Bremen and Heard,
right.
and we were mentioning this earlier, how great the Heard defense is and how well coached really both of the teams are. And Bremen, they've got so many different looks. Just from your assessment, what kind of game do you think that's going to be?
They're two. I mean, just fantastic teams, great teams, very well coached, outstanding coaches, and both teams play extremely hard. They're both extremely physical. They fly to the ball, And both of our games, our game with both teams, it came down to the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter, and it's going to be an emotional game for sure. And it's just like any game, whoever can kind of control the turnover battle and all that type stuff. So it'll be a very exciting game.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, we can't control anything at this point.
Right.
We'll play who we play when we get there. But keys to success. I know, me and Coach Wiggins are talking about playing 4 quarters, controlling, making sure there's no penalties, not beating yourself.
Right.
So, looking into the playoffs, what's one thing that you think y'all need to continue in order to be successful?
Well, what we kind of always preach to our guys is being able to prepare the way you prepare every week, whether you win or whether you lose. When we come in on Sunday, we're moving on to the next team, the next game, and that's what you can control. I mean, we learn from the previous game, and we move on from there. So we just got to continue to get better. We got to continue to, like we said, we just got to keep building and execute the plans. And at this time of the year is when you really want to start hitting your stride. Mm-hmm. And last week was very encouraging, just again of how we practiced and then how we executed. Our guys, we can't be more proud of how hard they're practicing and the attention to detail. That's something we've gotten better at. Our practices have gotten better. I think last week those were our best practices of the year. And coming off of the game we had before that, I mean that speaks a lot to our kids and how hard they work and how driven they are.
Right, and that really shows in the school too, because I know when we come back to school Monday, those kids have already turned the page. I don't see any kind of lingering effects, so that's really a testament to your coaching staff. And
right,
kids.
And Coach Wiggins says it all the time. It's like, just think about how much time you've invested in this, and how hard you work and how much it means to them. I mean, these guys, in the summer, it's camp, workouts, camp. It's all those things, and it means so much to them that you can't let anything stop you from moving and just getting better and attaining the ultimate goal.
Right. And how does you're talking about preparation and moving on to the next team. Well, we don't know who we're going to play. So what kind of preparation
it's all about, again, I don't want to say it doesn't matter who you play, because obviously it does, but ultimately, and even when you know who you're going to play, all you can really control is yourself. And that's what we're going to focus on, us and how do we get better, and let's do our part, and if we do our job and we practice like we're supposed to, everything else will take care of itself.
All right. Well, we're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be back with Coach Boatman here on the Callaway edition of Eagle Sports.
Hi, football fans. Jonathan Moose Mapp here from Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. We love this time of year with all the excitement of football, and we also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We support the team, the coaches, the band, the cheerleaders, and of course the families and the fans. At Glenn Smith, we're proud to be your local Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer with over 500 new and used vehicles every day. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. That's Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is a place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, inside the Piggly Wiggly at Lee's Crossing, and in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. We have your flu shot ready, so come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results. because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
I was wondering if they go in the beast package, but I see that Keandre is playing offensive tackle. There is, however,
A big boy back in the backfield.
there's an offensive lineman that's playing running back in this situation. This is a power eye set, a handoff up the middle. Big number 52, and he's in. Touchdown, Callaway. Keyshawn Cameron, the offensive lineman, a senior for these Cavaliers, and he gets into the end zone. So the big boy's getting some love tonight.
And indeed, the big boys did get some love on Thursday night. We had a couple of offensive linemen, including Keyshawn Cameron, getting into the end zone. And then, like we said, that's a lot of fun. We're back here on the Callaway edition of the Coach's Corner. I'm here with Coach Jason Boatman. I'm Shay Spencer. And, Coach, regular season's now over. We're looking towards the postseason, the playoffs. Like we said, we don't know who we're going to play, what kind of seeding, or where we're going to play even, if it's going to be here on the road. But let's just take a retrospect back in the regular season and some of the things that stood out. Just off the top of your head, anything just come to mind that's standing out to you?
And there's a lot of them. The first game of the year against Opelika, that was, you think about the stages, and this has been a really tough schedule with a bunch of great teams. And I'll look back on that, first game of the year, and first game, you never know exactly, how your team's going to respond opening game, and you're playing somebody like Opelika.
Right.
And I remember pulling in the stadium and just their fans packed it out, and you got band. But
Did you see how big their band
was? It was such a good. I was so impressed.
Yeah, they were good.
I just looking over at their side, like, man, that's really good. I mean, we play in a small college here.
Right.
And just how our kids, responded to that, like it was a heavyweight fight, and our guys hung in and battled and was able to get the win. That was just a cool moment for our guys and how they hung in, and all the way through the season they kept getting better. And another one that stands out is really unique was the Spencer game. I mean, we're supposed to play on Thursday, and we don't find out till Wednesday, the day of our
homecoming
our walkthrough.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have a walkthrough that day, and we find out, all right, you're not playing tomorrow, you're playing Saturday. So that was a really big curveball, and so you never know. I mean, we talk about adversity all the time, how you handle it and all that type of stuff. And so we come back Thursday, we're supposed to play that day, and we have just a regular practice. How are the kids? And they did such a great job. That was a great practice. I mean, that stood out, like how well they handled it and how well they played on Saturday. It was a noon kick. I mean, it was kind of a neat experience the way it turned out, but you just didn't know. But just how the whole team responded, that really does stick out.
Yeah, and I think one thing to remember that you kind of just jogged my memory about is that, we opened the season with Opelika, and then we played there's a game in between them and Troop, was
LaGrange.
LaGrange. And just right out the gate, we played some really good opponents.
It was just nonstop. You got Opelika, LaGrange, Troop, and you throw Bremen in there, and then you're playing Hurt. I mean, it's just back to back to back.
Right.
I mean, and it was a gauntlet, but I think all those games and just in the atmospheres and the pressures, putting those guys in our situations will pay off in the playoffs.
Yeah, and playoffs is not going to be anything different to these guys because, like I said, these are really good quality opponents.
Right.
So it's not like really – obviously the stakes are higher. It's playoffs, but it's not like they haven't seen some really good opponents.
And when you get put in those – you put your team in those situations, I mean, it's pressure. I mean, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of eyes on you. How are you going to respond then? And hopefully, and they kind of started. You need a team that's going to embrace it. And our kids really embraced the moment, and they didn't shy away from it in those games. And so playoffs. I mean, I already heard a couple of them talk about, man, playoff time's coming, and how excited they are because they even said it's about to ramp up even more, and they're excited about it.
Yeah, and we've been here before. The last. I mean, I don't have to go through every year, but we have a very successful program thanks to the coaches and the players. But I mean, this is that, like you said, it's this time of year when everyone's getting ramped up, and it's these games start mattering even more, and when superstars are made. Right,
it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's why we do what we do is for this time of year, and it's very special. Just brackets and the seasons and and just knowing what's on the line, you get amped up just thinking about it.
Yeah, and I can't help but make World Series references, given the Red Sox winning last night, and I keep thinking of the specific names. I don't know if you're a baseball guy, but Steve Pearce just coming out of nowhere, winning an MVP, and I don't know if you saw Nathan Eovaldi. He pitched one day and then he threw 100 pitches in relief the next day. So it's that kind of spotlight. I'm trying to transition into football, or high school football, but it's that big stage, and I hope we have some guys that are going to step up, and I think we do.
I sure hope so. And again, they've done a great job this year, stepping up to the challenges of all those great teams that we've played. So hopefully they'll be ready, and I'm sure they will be.
All right. Well, we're going to take one last quick break here on the Callaway edition of the Kia of LaGrange Coach's Corner. We'll be right back on Eagle Sports.
Hey folks, T-O-double-D, Todd Parrish here with Kia LaGrange. This October we're going pinks for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE 6-speed. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a limit pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Stop number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia of LaGrange for complete details.
State Farm, Kathy here.
Hey, it's Mike. My team just pulled off the biggest upset ever.
Nice, Mike.
And some fans are getting crazy. They even flipped over a car.
Whoa.
Turns out it's my car, though.
Oh.
But I don't want to be upset right now. I want to know State Farm's going to take care of this, right?
We got you covered, Mike.
Yes! Woo!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
So now it's 2nd and 10 for the Cavaliers. They're lined up at their own they're lined up at the Jordan 15-yard line. I formation. A single receiver lined up to either side. Here's the snap. Toss to the near sideline. He's got a blocker in front of him. Tank Bigsby dives for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown, Callaway.
Dove from the 4-yard line all the way into the end zone. Wow.
All right, and we're back here in the Callaway Coaches Corner, presented by Kia of LaGrange. I'm here with Coach Jason Boatman. I'm Shay Spencer. That's the highlight from Tank Bigsby getting in the end zone. We've heard that a lot this year. And, Coach, I know we mentioned we don't know who we're going to play. We don't know how things are going to shake out, and it's out of our control, so we can't really worry about it. But looking back on the season, what has made us so successful?
Well, we pride ourselves on being a hard-nosed football team that likes to run the ball. Our offensive line has done a terrific job of establishing the line of scrimmage and really coming off and just being physical and setting the tone. Again, you said Tank running his tail off, and Quay Hines and Jabari.
Charlie Dixon.
Yeah,
too.
Charlie.
Yeah.
I mean, you got all those guys. Jabari's is blocking for him there. And you got, I mean, I don't mean to be biased here, but tight ends are working their tails off. They get mad at me if I didn't give them a little shout-out with T. Bonner and Nathan Sapp. And you got, I mean, everybody's contributed, but just being able to run the football when we needed to, and that's really carried us. Got great leadership from Jacob Freeman and Demetrius Coleman there. And being able to find, like, even when you can run the ball, you got to be able to find those guys outside. I mean, we've hit Marcus Mormon on the outside, being able to rely on him, and Antonez Blunt, those guys, Draylon Potts. Like, that gives them the opportunity. So to be as balanced as possible, it takes everybody.
Absolutely. And then on the other side of the ball, defensively, what have you seen that's been really, really good and consistent?
Just the high energy.
Yeah.
You always talk about on defense, you got to be able to get to the ball, run to the ball, flying around, just rallying. And that's what, our defense has done that all year. Again, we were talking about this earlier, off air, is some of the most fun you can have watching film is watching Kamondre Bray play football. How hard he plays and just running to the ball, and Telly Fannin and Trey Hurd, Tyreek Andrews, all those guys.
Destin Patrick.
Yeah, Lavaris Patterson.
Yeah.
All those guys, Sadarian Shealy, Jalen. Those guys, it's just that they're fun to watch because they play hard. And that's been, and Coach Hubbard does a tremendous job game planning. And these guys have to learn it, and then they have to go execute it. But once they learn it and kind of get a feel for what's going on, they play so fast. And we've really relied on our defense heavily this year, just because they rise to the occasion, and they play their tails off.
And we can't forget the other facet of the game, the special teams, right?
Absolutely. Hunter Williamson has done a tremendous job this year. He's really put us in some great positions. Place kicking, and his punting's been outstanding. So really, we couldn't. And there have been times where Bryce Kierion's gotten some holds down on some extra points and field goals that were just awesome. And so our special teams, can't forget those guys. They work extremely hard every day.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I want to thank you for filling in for Coach Wiggins this week. I got a little more speaking time this week.
Stay away from that.
We'll maybe he won't hear that from me after all. But like we said, we don't know who we're going to play yet. We got to see what happens with Bremen versus Hurd at Bremen, and then maybe a coin toss in there. But Coach, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
And whoever we play, we'll be ready, and hopefully we'll see you there wherever we play. This is Shea Spencer signing off on the Callaway Cavaliers Coaches Edition presented by Kia of LaGrange on Eagle Sports.